friends, it's Alejandra. Welcome to another WPL at home video. Today we're going to be doing something super fun and very unique. Going along with our Westmont Reads theme for this year, One Community, Many Voices, we are going to be telling our own story today in a very different way. So what you'll need is something to paint on or draw on. I just have some blank canvas. You can also use some regular paper if you'd like. You could do cardstock. It doesn't even have to be white. It could be any color cardstock or paper. This is just what I think works best for me. And this is canvas, so it's a little thicker than just paper or cardstock, and that's good because I'm going to be painting on it and drawing on it quite a bit today, so I think the sturdier the better. I also have just a paper plate, and this is just going to help me mix all of my paints. So we also need paint. I have these. This is just acrylic paint. These are the ones that I'll be starting with, but I will be using some more later on. Of course, you'll need a paintbrush, and ideally, if you have it, something to mix your paint with. And the reason I chose the colors that I did is because I'm going to try to paint my skin tone. And the reason I'm doing that is because we also need to use our hands and our feet. So what we're going to do today is, once you have whatever color you want, you don't even have to mix a color. You could just use red, blue, purple, whatever you'd like. You're going to paint it on your hand, and then you're going to put that on your paper. And then also we're going to do the same to our feet. So we're going to do that for each of our hands and each of our feet. We're going to let that dry for a few hours, and then we're going to come back and we're going to draw something inside it or paint something inside it about something that's important to us. We want to know what makes you unique, what you find important, what makes you happy. So, it can really be about whatever you'd like. It can be about your favorite food, your favorite subject, your favorite book, about your family, where you were born, if you have any pets. Anything that's important to you can go in here. It is your story, and we're so excited to learn more about you and hopefully have you guys thinking about, what makes you you. If you would like to do a less messy version of this craft, I know that painting your hands and your feet can get very messy. I actually have on just an old shirt and some old pants that I don't mind if I get a little bit of paint on them. You can also just take your hand and, your feet as well, and then trace them on your paper, and then either paint that shape, or you could also just not paint it at all. You could trace it and then just color it in with crayons, markers, colored pencils, whatever you'd like. You can totally make this craft any way you want to do it, but it is a great one, especially for little ones that are maybe looking for something to do right now. It will take quite a bit of time because, like I said, you have to let it dry and then you can paint on it. You also have to make sure that you clean off your hands and your feet really, really well. So it is a longer craft, but I think it's a lot of fun for little ones right now to find something to do at home and then to be able to get messy and have fun doing it. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm super excited to do this with you today. So let's get started. Okay, we're back. So just to save some time, I mixed the paint that I would be needing. So I think that's roughly the color that is about right for me. That's pretty close. So I mixed that, and I mixed, just if you're curious, I mixed that with brown, yellow, white, and a little bit of like a pinkish red. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. I would also recommend having paper towels nearby, just because, this is gonna get real messy real quick. So it's gonna add some paint to my hand, and make sure that you're adding enough that you only need to do each hand and each foot once, because if you keep having to redo it, then you might lose some of the shape, you might lose some of the lines, so it's better if you just do it all together. So make sure that you add just enough here. I'm just gonna be adding some to my pinky, or sorry, this is my thumb. Okay, just like that. I'd say that color's pretty close. So it's up to you if you want to keep your hand open like this or together. I might do just open. And I think I can fit both hands. So I think I'm going to do one hand up here. And I don't know if you can see, I'm kind of taking my hand, the hand that doesn't have any paint on it, and using that to press everything down. Press each finger just to make sure all the paint sticks, and then press the rest of my hand just like that. Okay, and let's see. So you'll end up with something like that. You can go ahead and add and do it again if you want. Like I said, be careful, just because if you do it again, then you might lose some of the shape that we have here. You don't have to. I kind of like how that looks, actually. So I think I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to wipe off this hand, and then I'm actually not going to do this on camera, but I'm going to do my feet as well. So I'm going to do each of my feet, my other hand, and I'm going to go ahead and let these dry just for a little bit, and then later on we can come back and actually start painting inside them. Oops. All right, I will be right back after I do my other hand and my feet. Okay friends, so I'm back. These are my hands, and I've got my feet over there. So I was finally able to get these to dry. It's been a couple hours since I finished them. They've completely dried, and now it's time to paint and have fun with them. So, like I said, you can do whatever you want in these. It's just whatever's important to you, whatever you feel like putting in your story, whatever you think, is important to you. So I might go ahead and I'm gonna paint some cats in this one, because I actually have 3 cats and they are adorable and I absolutely love them. So I think I'm gonna start off with painting some cats, and I think I'm gonna make them some funny colors because they make me laugh. So I'm gonna start off with this kind of bluish color, and taking another brush, I'm gonna take that. Plus I feel like it's like my cats should go in my hands, since I pet my cats with my hands. And then along with this, I also, want to convey that I love animals. I'm an animal lover. That's a big part of who I am. But it's just kind of fun to think about who you are and what you want to add in your painting. All right, I'm gonna keep working on this. And I'll show you what my little cat looks like at the end. We might add some more details in as we go along. You can make this as detailed or not detailed as you'd like. Oh, I gave him huge ears. There we go. Okay. Let's keep painting. Okay, so you can see I've got my first cat here. I think I actually made him a little too big, so he might have to stay just a little single lonely cat. But I do have, like I said, 3 cats, and I actually really like how he came out. So I'm going to keep painting on here, and then I'll show you what my feet look like, and I'll show you how I paint on those as well. Okay, so I have finished my hands. You can kind of see my fingers up here. I'll show you what it looks like at the very end. And I really, really like how it came out so far. I'm really proud of it. And now here are my feet. So I can show you what I'm gonna do with these. So With my hand painting, I focused on things that are important to me that I specifically do with my hands. Sounds very weird, but you'll see what I mean once I show it to you. So I think I think for this one I want to focus on things that I can do with my feet. So one thing that I love doing is traveling. I love going to new places and seeing new things. And part of that for us generally includes going on road trips. So I think I'm going to focus on that. And I'm going to paint a little car right here, and I'll see what I want to do for the second one. So I think for my car, I have a blue car, so I think I'm gonna go with turquoise. It's not necessarily the same color, but it's close enough, and this is actually one of my favorite colors. So I think I'll just go with that and then add some dark blue in later on. So take some of this. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my little car in my foot, and I actually really like how that looks. You can see it standing up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep painting something on this is my right foot, and then we'll be done after that. So I'll show you guys what it looks like all the way at the end, and we can see how it looks when it's done. Okay, friends, so we are done. Here are my hands, and here are my feet. So these are some of the things that are just really important to me. I'll walk you through them. In my hands, I have scissors because I actually really love crafting, and I also have a cat because I have cats and I love them. I also have a piece of chicken, so this is a chicken leg, and a piece of pizza because growing up, chicken and pizza were my favorite foods and still are to this day. So these are some of the things that I love doing with my hands: petting, holding, eating. So I think this is actually a really good representation of some of the things that I really, really enjoy. And then over here, like I told you before, I've got a car because I love going on road trips. I love traveling. I love doing all those things, and I miss it so much. So traveling is a very important thing to me, and that's why I have a car over there. And over here, I have a museum because I love visiting museums. I specifically picked the Field Museum because growing up, I would always go on free days, and it is my favorite museum ever, and I miss it. I love going there. It's always a new adventure. I always find something new that I didn't see before, and I have been going ever since I was very little. So I have the Field Museum right here. I'm actually very happy with how these turned out. Like I said, I think these are a great representation of some of the things that I think make me unique and that are very important to me. So we would love to see yours and hear about your story and what makes you unique and fun and the things that you love. So thank you so much for joining us today, and please don't forget to check our events calendar to see what other fun crafts we have for you, and don't forget to share these with us. We would love to see them. Thank you. Bye.